What's up guys, this is Rixxalight signing in, and welcome back to more Danganronpa. The final chapter has begun, which means next episode will be the final video for Danganronpa. We get to take a week break, or take some breaks, because we're going to have to get a kill count ready for the beginning of January, at some time around then. But it should be the first weekend in January. Hopefully it's ready, if not we'll have to be pushing it back a little bit, like we did for the first two kill counts. But hey, I know I was a bit behind last time, but we can move things on quite nicely and we can get it ready. Anyway, the ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Okay, we'll just go to the door, yeah? It's locked, but we have a way to open the door. Oh, okay. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from Headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It is an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the Mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on the door, right? Do I have to talk to her again, or do you use it on the door? Hey Kyoko, can you use that key of yours to open this door? Right? I'm losing his voice. Now this is what I'm gonna have to sound like. Hey Kyoko, can we use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because one real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Danganronpa! Danganronpa! After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So?
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up into the info school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Speak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you give up that pride the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak. It was because how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no idea. I had no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I would talk to my father
However,
about. There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in the line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. There was one thing I could never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said. I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, and even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him, and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family... Just to cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood. Nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul?
Hey.
No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it. On the other side of the door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Ooh, squeak! The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So, oh, fuck off. This is what I don't like towards the end of Danganronpa 1. Like, throughout the entire game, if anything needs progress, you'll talk to them naturally. But towards the end, it's like, hey, you need to click on Kyoko to continue playing the game. Like, why? So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, you should just give up now? Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't.
Because...
Because the mastermind is that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little... super easy about this. But... don't we really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get it going. Just got actually sense of direction now. Don't anyone a fucking explanation. Okay, I'm a cold boy. I'm a cold boy. I was nice and warm. My neck's warm. My sides feel cold for some reason. My tootsies feel cold. Apparently, it was -3 degrees earlier, so it's warmer than that. What is wrong with my controller? It keeps on like drifting to left and right when I'm not pushing left and right. Maybe that's why I'm having issues with Rocket League. I don't know. I don't know. I bought the new season of Rocket League. I've done it once before, but this time it's got like some good shit, and I'm like, ooh, they look good.
Well now.
You're right, that's not what he said. Sure. A body has been discovered! Kyoko! I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again! And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko? Do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However...
Before you do, let me just say one thing.
No.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that? Well, you set us up in the last class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened, and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
However...
When Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The result of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However...
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well...
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence.
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now. With a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because...
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
However...
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course you can say we were just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one
It's
last
time.
showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Sorry, Kyoko, I took over your line there.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Barely interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown! He agreed. Then we still have one shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys!
So for the final race face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that you have buried here. All the mysteries? That's right! Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truths of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
Guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? Very sad as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure! So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that it is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. Hey, you don't have to be so suspicious! I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
Sorry, yoink. I'm done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair. Hoo-hoo!
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Bounce, bounce, digger. Hey, Thora. Can someone give me a little comment in the note down below if my freaking Tigger impression is good or not? I have no idea. It sounds good to me, but I could just be deafening myself. Also, tell me if my Monokuma is good too. I used to be good with it. I don't know if I'm losing it now. It hurts to him constantly over and over again. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. We got places to explore. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than I expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment that they let the Mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it when the Mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the Mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
What'd you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, huh? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet somehow, the Mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. The reason?
So...
They had to show the world something no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
Which seems...
The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other, and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other, sink into despair. The Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope. But that's ridiculous!
True.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves Ultimate Despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind has had to be more particular than it's reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this would have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when the fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
Wrong voice, sorry. To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect
In
form.
other words...
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
However...
Well, it's only thanks to you that we've got that chance. Because you believed in me. another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. So I had a quick sign. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However...
Anyway, we can't just relax yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it will cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey.
Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Huh?
Anyway,
right now we have to go find
we
the
go?
others. They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Yay! A lot of talking for half an hour. Fuck. I don't know where they'd be. Would they be like contemplating everybody else, or will they actually trust each other and live alone? I don't know, because I don't feel like these guys would actually kill themselves. Me and Kyoko are the two threatening ones. Who's left alive? Kyoko's with me. Kiyotaka's dead. I'm here. Mondo's dead. Sayaka's dead. Byakuya.
hey,
Okay, Byakuya's not home. Junko's dead. Toko's alive. Let's go talk to you. This is Toko's room. Is she inside?
hey,
Nope, she's not here either. Okay. Chihiro's dead. Celeste is dead. Rest in peace, Queen. Aoi, are you alive? Are you in your room? Okay.
hey,
Okay. Aoi's not home. Sakura died. She killed herself. Leon's dead. Yasuhiro? I'd expect him to be home. Alright. The only place to be then is having breakfast, right? It's nighttime, so... they'd be colliding together in here, maybe? That's something we were greeted with. What? You again. Is he broken? I suppose emotional instability has reached its limits. Jeez, what the heck?
however...
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that Makoto?
Alive and well, bitches! God walks among you now. Pray before me. Kneel before me. You don't need to pray.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
We got lucky, bitches!
You survived?
Yeah, bitch. Can't crush my bones like that.
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Yeah, bitches, the ultimate cockroach, motherfucker!
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
If I was Makoto, because I know my train of thought would be like comfy with these guys, I'm like, I'm a spooky ghost, ooh, spooky! And then fucking Hero like shitting himself, bricking it, his pants would be brown, and he'd leg it. And then probably Toko, I don't know what them two would be like, I don't know if they'd laugh or anything like that. Byakuya won't find it funny at all, but I think Aoi might do, I'm not too sure. Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto! He smells like a wet dog! Get away! Shoo! Shoo! In the flash, my tears dried up. Do you want me to go stinky wash?
Yo,
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know,
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? Do you mean Cleopatra? Byakuya. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why it is you? Do you realize why it is you escaped? What? Do you realize why it is you escaped? Do you realize why it is you escaped? Byakuya, are you broken? Do you realize why it is you? Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? What the fuck are you on about? It was Alter Ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Okay. I didn't click on the window. I clicked to Aoi. I am trying to talk to Aoi. Can you fucking not right now? Thank you. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? Okay, well, Kyoko can tell us where to go because she's got a key! You stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally. Everywhere you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. This is why you get a can of sprayed water and you spray it on her. She's been a bit fucking creepy. I win. She seems happy for some reason. Right, Kyoko, tell us what this key can do to take us new places. There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what we have to tell you. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words.
We're gonna redo Mukuro's trial. What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. I could keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you. Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap, contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? I make it sound like it was easy, I just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. So you know how these class trial rules work? If the Blackened wasn't chosen as the executor, she could have literally killed every single one of them in this room. There's a loophole in the game. Because if she wanted to kill Kyoko and blame Kyoko for the murder, they could have blamed Makoto that the Makoto was the murderer. But no, the mastermind could have just simply said, "Sup bitches, I'm this person. I'm the secret 60s student. And I killed Mukuro." I killed Mukuro, revealing their big plans like, "So you didn't get the Blackened right, means you all die." I win. But I know why they did it. Don't want to see more despair on people's faces. So this is how it's gone to this bit still. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean really they did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used a TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally the dark here. If anyone doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about to kill Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery?
But
We've been looking all around this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with the things the way they are now. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they kill Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe. But this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. So you see, this is where it could be classified as 17 students or 16 students, because with people with DID, they do have two people living in their head. Like Toko, for example, you've got Toko, and then you've got Jack, or Jill, you want to call her. That would classify as two people to certain people. Like me, for example.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? Why?
So in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, and there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and in Mukuro you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
no way!
You can't be serious! Wait. We can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was an autopilot. Maybe they loaded up the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, then there's no way we could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it would be entirely impossible if they redirected the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Is it officially nighttime or is it investigation time?
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
So we need to go through every room that has been locked before. That means the morgue on the top floor, or whatever it said, the biolab or chem lab, or whatever it were. There is also... Oh, I thought that shoot list was undone, but it wasn't. there is also the act of some other rooms as well. This might be a long-ass chapter, by the way. We may be here for a while.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
What other rooms were locked? I'm trying to remember. Only thing I can think of is the computer room on the fourth floor, and the morgue on the 5th floor. Those were the 2 rooms that was locked to us. Oh, and the mastermind and the
Then
master.
we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Let's investigate. Okay, Monokuma, thank you. How very magnanimous? I love that word. That's a big ass word. Of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the very beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Tagami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your own responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him. Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream. Without the cream, more coffee. You're totally useless! So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see! I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity! But if he's 20% right 100% of the time, could he use his clairvoyance to figure out the future? Well, he wouldn't know which ones are true though, would he? So I'd have to use it. Ooh, that's an interesting theory. Because 20% of the time it's going to be correct, so it depends how it deviates of it, you know? If you do it 100 times, 20 of them is going to be correct. It's very important. If you do it 10 times, 2 of them is going to be correct. So what do you do? If you do it 5 times, only one's going to be correct. What the fuck do you do? Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gone off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto! Now, that's really nice of you to say, but still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later! Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Indeed. Are we gonna go together, Kyoko? So you're gonna go off on you too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're doing our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see if us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and show what we found. That's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check. Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in this school. We can visit all the places we shouldn't go before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. Then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking a look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once found out who killed Mukuro Kusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So why should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Guess there's all the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Okay, places to check has been added to the truth bullet section. Thank you for the input there, game. Right, the investigation can begin. We'll start with the floor through the dorm, seeing as we're here. They are indeed open. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms. So I'm just going to be doing in my normal voice while Makoto's alone. He'll still be talking to himself anyway. I have to do it. So it doesn't really matter what I say. Jesus. This is the second floor of the dorms. It looks like some ancient ruins. Oh no, it smells like a battlefield, like a bomb's up in here or something. And there's blood. Oh, there's a bedroom to the right over here. This is probably where Kyoko's been sleeping, right? A fully intact bedroom? Oh. I don't see Kyoko sleeping here for long, to be fair. Okay, this is them. Okay, so we've got the bed, the door, and that thing over there. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. Okay. Cool. I opened the door just to crack it, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Alright. Nothing in that room then. Fair enough. Okay, so we'll go to the girls' bathroom over here and the boys' bathroom over here. It's the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like that, I just can't bring myself to go in, okay? Let's see. Oh, this looks nice and pristine. Nothing in here, though. Fair enough. Okay, so we've got a trap over there? I'm assuming this is the locker room then, right? Interesting. Yeah. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been one of the Hope Speaker students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Okay, we've got this one here. There's a metal plate mounted onto the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Alright. I guess all the crumpled ones may take note as well. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. There we go. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, it's locked. There's a card reader installed to the door. That must be how you... That must be how you got the locker to open, after all. It's pretty similar to the card readers for the lockers rooms on the second floor of the school. You have to use your handbook to open those. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... Bzz, no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Maybe we can open one of them, I don't know. What if I can open this locker? Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed. Nope. Okay. All those are locked off. We'll go around everywhere though. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. Okay, broken. This is not broken though. Let's try. Nope, no luck. Never mind. It's all going to say the same thing, so I'm just going to blast through these. Okay. Just making sure one of them's not correct or something like that. Nope. Okay. Fair enough. Right, we've got two more, I think. No, just the one more. Okay. That's a broken locker, dum-dum. Thank you. Nope. Okay. Fair enough. Nothing there for me. Locker room's a dead end, but I know who's not a dead end in there. Oh, okay. What's in here then? Oh, sweet. Like, why is this in pristine condition? This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It's more of an adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's Headmaster's private room. Oh, hell, Kyoko. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I had to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Are you gonna tell me to look at fucking Kyoko first? Game? A leather chair. Can't imagine a cinema student. Okay. The keyboard in pristine condition. desk is a home computer. Hey, get lots of coins around. I know I'm skipping past all this. I don't mean to. There's a PC on the desk. It must belong to the owner.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were really very interested in the Ultimate Despair. The PC still has research results left on it. They might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair.
However,
There's not much though, nothing we don't already know.
in other words,
The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points of some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving forces came from despair.
however,
And that's all there is. Not much to it, there is it? But I guess that's the best he could do as a computer for Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The Ultimate Display, sweet. Alright, the other thing we've got is this thing here. Huh? There's a strange gap on the wall. Some kind of design mistake or a construction defeat to fix something?
so...
There's a gap here, but not just any old gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure that out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program in that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not really enough
it's
to go
true.
on. I looked through all this paperwork and all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to. Nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room that she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in that. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we should need to figure out that password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No way, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of. Something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
what?
Huh? I'm sorry, I was just thinking what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, do whatever you want. Oh, okay. Let's try it. Let's go, we've got some inclinations. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Mikoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself and turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Beep! What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Gosh. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko? Oh, from the phone there. It was not. Hey, Kyoko. I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed only on one thing. A present. Wrapped in and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. Well, I know it's the obvious thing in the room. Do you have to look at the present first? I better check that, yep. Okay. There's a brightly coloured box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. wait so you know what's in there.
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside it. Danny screamed. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It is a picture! It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there are bones in there. Human bones! Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. And that's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box! My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. The body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? That is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for. Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How'd you know that's him?
So,
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So the same person who may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out, and according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's him. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants. All of them died. There's only 16 in the school. This would make number 17. Aldrich said the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's I'm reading it in my normal voice, so whoops. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Oh no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so he could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? I gave up on some of that pride. In order to enter Oak Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Okay. I see. Well, the only thing to look at is this picture. Huh? This picture? Look at little baby little Kirigiri! It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait. Is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Aw.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It was a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. No, she's so cute. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him and myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Okay, let's try these drawers. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. You should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like that touching her dad's stuff.
Hey,
It's fine. Check whatever you want. You sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now,
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have never been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. This fucking chair. Oh, beautiful positioning. I feel like I'm like nowhere near the chair like I were before. Right, the only thing we've not looked at in this room is this little mini desk over here. Okay. We've still got a class trial to go through as well. Oh wait, no, class trial's next week, isn't it? Yeah, this is the investigation day today. Next week is the class trial and the ending. It's going to be a long episode next week. That master's desk. Probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's desk without my permission.
hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
because
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it. It says, in case of emergency. I'd find some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
in other words,
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right.
it would seem
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. But then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
Hey,
Listen, Makoto, huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
so
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. I know it would only inconvenience you that much more, but
hey,
could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need to
Just a second.
get my emotions in gear. You know, Kyoko? You told me before about that relationship you had with your dad. How you'd only connected by blood and not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. The picture doesn't change the facts of what happened and what I went through. That problem can be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay. I understand. Then I'll see you later. Poor girl. Love it a bit. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the masterminds performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't their mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. There's 16 students in the school. There were 16 when you began. Blah, 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 blah. 15 of us met in the main hall, and Mukuro to the mix, and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, there can't be! I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Okay. We've got a handbook, so we're going to go back to the locker room. Oh, this can give us some more insight to what's going on in here. There was 6 lockers unlocked. No, maybe the lockers are... Hold on, which means none of us can do it. Wait, but... What about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. I took the emergency handbook that ran across the card reader and beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Okay, we've got 3 things to look at. First of all, this crystal ball. This is a crystal ball? Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Maybe he's the mastermind. Is that a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? Well, he's the ultimate clairvoyant, not the ultimate fortune teller. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume other stuff this is didn't do it a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Yasuhiro Hakagure. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hakagure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Locker notebook has been added to the truth. Okay. Right, second thing. Let's go. Ah, here we go. Didn't say anything of a particular clue. Okay then, page number 2. Oh, there is... This thing is particular empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure who it is, but there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. I know the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them is measuring them. Whoever wrote this must be really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook of my hand and froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter, and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. He just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our students' prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as a foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had said to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was. I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing inside in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. What does all this mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would have proved me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, a question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Interesting. The more I see, the more sense it makes because of these lockers. I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So am I seeing this? Why are there things in these lockers that look like they belong here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. A pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find it out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. No saying anything could be a clue. Okay. No clues. Alright, we've got one more locker to check out. I would expect this one to be mine. No, no clues. Okay, cool. Alright. We're done with that room then, are we? I do like that symbol though. Very, very obvious design written in blood by the looks of it. Are we done everything up here? Yes. Apart from the girls' bathroom, but I can't go there. Are you going to tell me we're not done with this floor, Makoto? Alright. Next on the room is the 4th floor, right? We can try the 4th floor. Oh yeah, we couldn't get into Headmaster's room because we only Kyoko being in there. Let's see what we can find. I've not found those two in a while. Maybe they're all in the rooms we couldn't get to. I have no idea. Right, if I remember correctly, it should... Oh no, this is not the... Is this the floor? No, this is not the floor. Yeah, this is the floor. I always go the wrong way when I'm coming down. Need to take a left when I'm coming back down. Right, the data center first because it's on the right. This is where we should see... Hina, yeah.
Hey, Makoto.
Hey, Makoto! Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder what about the Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck. So you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Alright, let's go. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Ah, wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to the nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was... Whoa, this place is totally sci-fi! Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Oh, there's the music. Alright, we'll talk to Hina first.
what the heck?
I mean, every part of this school leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but
Just a second.
this place is like #1 gross. It's in a whole different league of creepy. Okay, let's try the controls. What is this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. Is it really over the top though? Like some kind of military installation or something? Ah, excuse me, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then that could mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's go poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just push or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? It took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each one with the name of the room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now. So I'll just cheer you on from over here. There's some kind of hatch on the floor, but right now I need to feel like checking the data center, for fuck's sake. Should check the panel first. Okay, I heard the sound of Monokuma. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Look how tiny he is. Hey! Rawr! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
What? Aw, man, busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button! Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Aw, man! Are you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside. Controls Monokuma! Can I go back inside to you now? Yeah. Well, might as well talk to Hina. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now. It was Monokuma. Monokuma? What, for real? Yep, what's that the control panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words...
Hey,
maybe the Mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the Mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants. All of them high school students and the other person, blah 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 blah, we already know the details. Then the Mastermind Monokuma's puppeteer really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like the face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh well, it's just... This is where the Mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they're set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So like, you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all that time sitting around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Let's check this first one. What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here. So I feel like the game was refusing to let me do that. Because if I clicked on it before I spoke to Hina, it'd say, hey, talk to Hina. If I clicked on it before looking at the monitor, it said, hey, the monitor is more important. Like I said, after the monitor, it says, hey, you need to go check that room behind you. It said, leave. So I think the game was trying to like avoid me going in there. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door! It just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked! Because the data center is now restricted! Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, no fair, you can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey.
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room,
Yep.
as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes,
Correct, Mundo!
You're a liar.
That doesn't make any sense. We were just in there. We didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you was as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it!
Too bad.
Of course that hatch can't be opened from the inside anyway, so whatever. Now then, the room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace! He's gone, but was he telling the truth? The Mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then, when I said we should leave, well, the hatch couldn't have been opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of what time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice! You've got me all motivated again!
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later. Hina took off at a full sprint. And I have to do what I can to. That's the only way forward. Alright, that's the piano room. Mastermind room. Hello there. Where would Hiro be? Oh yeah, there's 3 people left. There's Toko. I think Byakuya would be in here. Thought so. There's the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Oh, Makoto. It's you. Oh, Byakuya. Right, let's check out another bronze sword again. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. Okay, there's a monitor. I don't care about the monitor and the camera. They're unimportant right about now. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Okay.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto.
Not
Are you ignoring me? You think that I'll forgive that just because you're you?
such ignorance.
When we get out of here, remember this moment. Okay, I have to talk to Byakuya first. The bookshelf seems really well made and it's filled with files and thick books. Fine, I'll talk to Byakuya. I guess I'll look at the bookshelf again. Fine, I'll talk to Byakuya. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78, Student Registry. It contains profiles for all of us and Mukuro.
So, in other words,
Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Hope Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikasawa, 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So, in other words,
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report, put together by the headmaster himself.
Interesting.
I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was off listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background of an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward my research into the Ultimate Despair, and I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope Peak Academy, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my many students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and their mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or, maybe it means the mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Do you know there's a picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class, number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in this file. 5'7", 97 pounds, and even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me? Like, if she's a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm telling you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean? Wait, is he trying to say? There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all impossible. But wouldn't it hurt to confirm, right?
It's all
That's
clear.
all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byaku's errand boy. Great. Oh, one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me, so you suggest you pay attention. Advice? From me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? My hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. I want to read the book. Can I read the book? It's just reading for... Okay, so... I would personally read a lot more than what Byaku was telling me. Definitely. Because he only told me what was in the book, or told me about Mukuro. It would tell you a lot more about other people. If you read a certain file in that book, that would definitely tell you what the fuck you need to know to beat the game, because I know more things than everyone else does, then the vitals would tell you everything you need to fucking know. This is the room we've not been into yet. So, Toko's in here, right? And then he's in the garden or dojo? Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Is Toko in here? No one's in here. Well, the only thing that's pointing out is the top, the desk, and the door, and the doors. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those lately. The desk. Ugh, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing you need to figure out. So you're not letting me do shit? There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... Oh, there was another thing to open. Wait. Kyoko, Hiro, Aoi, Byakuya, Toko, Makoto, and the other student. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. Ah, that's it! I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Can we look through this yet? The ones on the left are lit. Yeah, that's right, hands are off. Okay. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver in the blue light, and the blue light will let you know the automated system has activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep your body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is a stainless steel and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge. While looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It's some kind of makeshift morgue. Okay. About those lights by each slot. It looks like it's all set up that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue, another one of the victims is dead. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Okay, maybe going into 3 hours on this one. There's more kind of weird machines or something built into the wall, and on the left hand side there's a bunch of glowing things. Can we open it yet though? You don't want to open them? Why the fuck do you don't want to open them, Makoto? Fine. Maybe we'll come back later and then someone's dead or something, or knocked out or whatever. I feel like that's what I remember seeing. Right, anyway, we'll go on the dojo. See what we can find. Maybe Toko or Hina's in here. Not Hina, not Toko. Hello. Oh, Toko, so this way you were.
What do you want?
Thank you. I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd find a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, I would have had something right. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give my precious time. Calm down, Toko. Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I do think there are any clues. I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe we're gonna get going. Is there nothing in this locker? What the fuck? Huh? The fuck just happened? That was very bizarre that I clicked on a thing and didn't let me do it. Well, we spoke to Toko, so that's all we needed to know. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here. Where's Hiro? There's still just 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd kind of be terrified if there were more than that. Okay. Maybe the body is inside the tool shed. I better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything close to a dead body. But if it's not here either, then it must be. Could it be in the biolab? But close on, the only thing I need to check in there here. There's one other thing. That tarp. The tarp played a key role in other cases, so I better look into it. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one of the corner tarps, and it says Biolab. And this originally came from the Biolab? Okay. Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll go back to the Biolab. That's all I really need to check here. I'm getting close to, oh. Missed out some vital information.
This is a school announcement.
Okay.
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint.
Okay then.
For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
As soon as... Okay. What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that... He said to go to the gym, right? He did. Oh, if going down there already? Is everyone here? Oh, Hiro, where have you been? Oh, hey, Hiro. Oh, Makoto! Why am I so surprised? No reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what has happened? What he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him. What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait! There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Interesting. Is this going to be a motivation for murder? That seems to be a casual thing this day and age. So I won't know. I really wouldn't know.
I am
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. I remember this. I see. This must be the envelope. Woohoo! And just so you know, I won't be answering any question about what you find inside. What? Don't worry. Just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. He is not in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's something behind Sayaka. She's the one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true, I do recognize her. That's right, and Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room, and we looked at that file. Mukuro Ikusaba. Then this girl is... A little thing that this game doesn't tell you! Mukuro Ikusaba had a massive fucking huge crush on Makoto! Just saying! Alright? Just saying! I don't think that has to do anything with the story of the game, but it tells you... After you beat the game, you'll unlock a thing you can read called If. And I think it goes into there how much Mukuro Ikusaba actually liked Makoto. What? Why? I don't know if it tells you in the anime even, Danganronpa 3. Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that. Just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture. But what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other until they got here. But if this picture is real, then could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep this rambling soliloquy to yourself, Hamlet?
What are
You're
you gonna do?
you're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know? So I mean, get out! But I told you I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. Okay, I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. Unless he's short-circuiting, I don't know. Oh, are we done? So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Okay, then let's go. Do we go around and talk to anyone we can? Do we go back to the rooms we've kind of been in already, or what? If that's the case, then we should go to Kyoko first, right? Seeing as it's down here. And then we can go back up the floors again. Kyoko might not even be there. But just to be on the safe side, we can check all the rooms again. Just in case people have turned up in rooms that have not been there yet. You never know. You never know. Oh, wait. I feel like I should just go to the rooms where people were before. Because I can't remember if I find them all or not. But I remember Hiro being in here at some point. No, okay. I'll go back to where Kyoko is then. If they're gone, and I won't be able to find them again, probably. Maybe. So I don't know. Kyoko, you okay? There's still kind of stuff I want to talk to her about, but better give her some more time. Okay. Fair enough. We can talk about it in the freaking elevator, can't we? Duh! Or the Clash trial. There's no point in going to talk to him about it now. Fucking idiot. That's dumb. That is literally just dumb what my idea were. Made no sense. What's the point in going to talk about it now? We've got plenty of time to do that. Before the Clash trial. Unless there's nothing else for me to do, I better go looking for everybody. I know where Kyoko will be. But everyone else is the cause. But I know Makoto wants to go back to the biolab, so I think that should be our next trajectory. Can we fast travel? Can I literally fast travel in this? Is it this button? This button isn't there. Can we fast travel to the map? I can. Oh. Wait, Byakuya's in the archive. What the fuck? Oh, I can fast travel during investigation. Okay. Sure, let's go. Well, I don't know why he's in the archive, but why not? We'll do it that way then. Might be easy to find people. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we should talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! Of course he didn't. We just walked away. What the? Why is he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Well, I found the way to get around. What's the map button, by the way? Is it X? Is it Y? It's not Y. It's not B. B's the map. I'll go this way then, fuck it. Okay, Byakuya is still in the archive. Oh wait, no, Byakuya's not in the archive anymore, but it says to go here. Okay, no one's in the 3rd floor repository. No one's in there all of a sudden. Oh, people are up here though. Someone's in the bio. Oh, okay, you're in the garden, you're in the bio. We'll go here next. Did a fast travel. Just put me outside the door. I decided to visit the Biolab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there was her pass out again. Huh? Toko? It's open! Oh, but Toko. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, let's be nice. Toko, you okay? No. She's not dead, is she? Ah! It's cold. Super cold. It's so cold, I think I might catch a cold. If you keep talking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What did you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazonga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like the double the memory. Oh no, it's more like half. Genocide Jack's memory. But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat! I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around here somewhere doing his own investigating. By himself? I assume so. Oh, I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Okay. Don't go shut off. You hear eerie laughter echoing behind her. That's all I forgot about to ask about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. The fridge! It's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out? Oh.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko?
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room. Oh yeah, it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You know she fainted.
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagined she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. What's everything got to be so difficult with her?
Anyway,
we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging at the open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Oh, how come? Because Mukuro's body is here. Mukuro's corpse. Mukuro's body's inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The Mastermind did it? Because they assume we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right, Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll tell you when I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it. Don't look at the body. Fuck that shit. It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. Okay then, do I just talk to Kyoko again when she's ready? I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. Wish you could go back and do the same thing. But what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge the picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Do I talk to her again? Okay, then so it's not about the group photo. Do I just leave, or do I do something else? Oh, I want to come to the top, don't I? Of course I do. You know, I think I've seen the top of this somewhere before. Ah, it's the same one as I found in the garden tool shed. And if I remember that top, it had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the top that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. There you go. So what do? Do I just go for the body again? Further through this instruction manual, more importantly. It's a fridge, can't do it, I can't look inside. Oh, talk to Kyoko again now then? What do I do to pass the time? The only thing I can do is check this. On the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of lights are on, a bunch of lights are off. Oh! So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9 lights? Okay, there was something more I had to do. There she goes. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Alright, geez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they were old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma files say they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But those don't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever. and they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? We all got them on a Akuma fall right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then,
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
at the very least...
Surely you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then as they investigate, they test what they find against each other of those possibilities. Of course, me telling this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Okay.
Hey,
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals 312232. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
Indeed.
and don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mukuro Ikasaba. Mukuro Ikasaba's profile has been updated in the truth bullets.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going, it's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, I'm gonna put the body back. I think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this.
Why?
Sad? Did you forget she was once our enemy? A part of the ultimate despair? But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey,
Have you ever heard the phrase you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive? Yay!
so then...
I think we've done all that we can do here. Right, so our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on! Still one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Just fucking talk about it, Makoto! Jesus, we're gonna be here for hours! Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then, out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
What?
So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you need the handbook, whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using the emergency handbook.
I see.
Then you found the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, the only locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense. But there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's
Does
true...
that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem with opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. The DVD. It says class number 78 urgent interviews.
So...
I found it in the hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch and see for yourself. I think you realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Any of your DVD has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words,
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything. Even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. Not because of the mastermind.
however,
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange. To be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth deserves justice or suffering. Whether it is the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep myself moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving on the farewell, Kyoko was gone. But I gotta go myself. Well, the DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopelessness truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. Okay. Well, the only person to talk to up here is... I'm going to start using my map a lot more, because I need to like try and get through the fucking game faster. Because walking around is what the fuck do I get to know you? Right, because I know... Apparently there's still something else in the biolab. But I know he's in here somewhere, so I can try to talk to him again. See what he says. Hey, hero. Ah! Makoto, what's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No! Sorry, but I'm kind of big hurry. Okay. Fine. Can we talk to Hina? Would that be helpful? She might stick around to talk to me a bit more. Seeing as we know she's not the mastermind somehow. Okay, hallway pool. Well, that's the dining. Oh, she's in the dining hall. Okay. Mine as well, right? She may freak out like a little bitch, but we can find out. Is this where you've been hiding? Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto! Sorry, gotta go. Why are you freaking out too? Okay, great. Fine, the only one I've not spoken to. Nope, Jack's out of the question right about now. Alright, fine. I guess everyone's out of the picture. Is the AV room this floor? No. Hallway second floor. Might as well go to the fucking AV room, right? See what this fiasco has to tell us, I think. Alright, we've got to do our thing, right? They should be able to play the DVD just fine. Well then, I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it into the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. But then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? To my total surprise, I hadn't even seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man positioned in on one of the sides of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single
So this
millimeter.
video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Do you want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously a total loss. It made total sense who would agree to spending their rest of life in this school. I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
Truth has been revealed. As if on cue, that's when the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood until now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I knew how much Sayaka wants to get out of here. I know how much she wants to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes.
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya? Toko? Hina? Everyone. They all said they would agree to live. They all agreed to live in this school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service! What? It just happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then! When doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure my ass, you cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, I'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the questions, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At the time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seems to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... Interview DVD being added to the booth. Oh. Time is running still.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
We do. We do indeed. I want to put some noodles on. I'm going to make a pizza at the same time because I am hungry. It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Here we go. We know where we save it. We always save it the same place. I guess I'm the first one this time. You're really Mikoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. Where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said. Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hiro? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was a deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appeared. Genocide!
I'm late!
I'm
Oh, strong silent master, so wonderful, so cool, so hot my loins are ablaze. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me. With my sharp scissor hands, I'll stab and gouge and shift the master of evil. I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If that's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here? Oh, and wearing our gloomy gust faces as I see. Okay, well then, let's begin. This final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair, climaxian sorrow.
fine.
You're right. This is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you mean this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm in bare and good standing, you know? If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square. And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below. So don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my
This will be
family.
over in no time. With an inescapable confidence, Byakuya... Why are you on? Oh, okay. Was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator. They're all acting odd. Well, they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
However,
You know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us about it soon. At the class trial. You're right. I'm ready. See, this to me, so if I was in this situation, this is when I'd be crushing super fucking hard on Kyoko. Because I am a demisexual, so if you don't know what that means, I find attraction to people who I have a bond with more. And at this point in the time, I would be having a nice, strong connection with Kyoko because she came to me to come and save me. She's still talking to me when everyone else is not talking to me at this point. So it's kind of just that kind of feeling right now that I would get if I was Mikoto. But I don't know what Mikoto's like, so I don't know. I know obviously these two do have feelings for each other, eventually. I think it's mentioned in number 3's ending. In Danganronpa. It's not a free game, I mean the anime. You're right, I'm ready.
So...
Ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. Even though she's blushed a few times, so she knows she's got like some feelings towards him. And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Sorry, I'm looking at things. Without warning, it began to descend, deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper it fell. They didn't need to do that, just spanning out the fucking storyline, I guess, because there aren't fucking things to put. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage! The always exciting final boss battle! Woohoo! And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16 seats. Well then, let's begin! Do you want to save the date? I do, because this is where we're going to be ending today. This is the pre-trial prep, so we'll save it there. As for now, though, that is all there is going to be for today with this video of Danganronpa. Next week's episode will be the final episode. The week after, I believe, is a Christmas week, so there may not be no videos that week, but we'll get to those eventually and in time. The hardest week to do is going to be House Flipper, because it takes a while. I need to record it and then take a step back from it, so it's going to be very awkward that day. As for now, though, that is all there is going to be for today. And as always, this is Rixxalight signing out. So let's cue the music.